And then that mother called the school. And then she launched a long-term campaign to ban the book Beloved from her children's school. And the son is not embarrassed about this at all. He loved it, talks about it a lot, and is now a lawyer for the Republican Party in the District of Columbia. Yay! Let's get into it. What a week. On Wednesday, paid parental and medical leave were dropped from the Build Back Better plan in an effort to secure Joe Manchin's vote. Initially, Biden's plan offered 12 weeks of leave. Manchin countered with 4 weeks of leave. As a result, Democrats are planning to lose it entirely. So if you are an angry teen in the year 2040, please remember you're not actually mad at your parents. You're mad at Joe Manchin. Based on the revised framework Biden revealed today, the White House says climate change spending will approach $500 or $555 billion, the largest investment in clean energy in history. I'm a neolib shill. I pause for applause for the Biden plan. To put that money in terms of 2050 money, the spending will approach 60 gallons of drinkable water because of how bad things will be by then, because of the climate change. In addition to the historic investment in clean energy, the framework also contains childcare and the childcare tax credits, housing vouchers, and healthcare proposals from Build Back Better. Unfortunately, the bill has lost family and medical leave, free community college, as well as lower drug prices and the expansion of Medicare coverage for vision and dental. It is like... Someone just find out? I mean, it wasn't even going to kick in for like 3 years. If you were counting on the vision and dental... Bad news. It's like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema have been making us play the worst game of Would You Rather in human history. You can have a world less ravaged by climate change, but no teeth. Do you take the deal? Do you take the deal? You have to give birth at work, but no one can see it. Spooky. This week, Rolling Stone reported that multiple January 6 protesters met with Republican congresspeople dozens of times in planning meetings ahead of the Capitol riot. At first, the insurrection looked coordinated, but given how often they met, it sort of seems like they didn't get enough out of these planning sessions. Randomly fanning out is no way to hunt and murder Mike Pence. Who was the project manner? Some loopy dentist from Arizona? Turns out it was. Said one organizer, I remember Marjorie Taylor Greene. I remember talking to probably close to a dozen other members at one point or another or their staffs. In another quote, they alleged we would talk to Boebert's team, Cawthorn's team, Gosar's team, like back to back to back. Back to back with Madison Cawthorn? What's the fun in that? Twist, that's about how hot he is. Check your priors. You can boo me all you want. That just means ghosts are here. Moreover, the planners claim they were told by Representative Paul Gosar that protesters could receive a blanket pardon if they were arrested during the riot. Protesters mistook blanket pardon for a potential reprieve from Trump, but it was actually just a discount code at mypillow.com. This week, the State Department issued the first United States passport with X as a gender designation. My pronouns are he, they. I've been stuck in this line for 3 days. Please, God, help me. I don't even want to go to this wedding. Their wedding website says Mexico has always held a special place in our hearts, and we want to share it with you. But their last names are Stein and Jensen, and they grew up in Park Ridge, Illinois. A committee in the Brazilian Senate has issued a report recommending Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity for his refusal to address the COVID-19 pandemic, which has killed over 600,000 people in Brazil. Damn, your Senate sounds awesome. But can they pass a bill formally denouncing racism by a slim margin? In Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis is offering police officers resisting vaccine mandates across the country $5,000 to relocate to a state, promising we'll treat you better here. But of course, Ron DeSantis, a typical politician, is playing both sides. He's also offering coronavirus an all-you-can-eat buffet of unvaccinated cops for just $5,000. The governor of Florida announced a plan, and the plan was, send us the worst cops you have. The absolute worst ones. The ones who think the laws are meant to bind everyone else but them. That's who we want here in Florida. This nightmare Mad Max Thunderdome hellscape that is our swampy state is not scary enough. We want to bribe the worst cops in America. The Facebook papers, internal documents reported by a consortium of 17 news outlets, revealed even more inner turmoil at the social media giant and its failures in a number of crucial areas like stemming vaccine misinformation, shutting down pages, conducting human trafficking. In 2019, we learned Apple even threatened to pull Facebook and Instagram out of the App Store over a BBC News report revealing that Facebook's failure to address human trafficking on its site. In the end, Facebook complied and Apple backed down. Apple is not going to remove Facebook for human trafficking unless it gets really serious, like in-app trafficking purchases not leading to Apple getting a cut. This isn't Fortnite. The stakes are much lower. This is barely a joke. Just a kind of meandering twist of whose side am I on. That started out about Facebook, but it was a jab at Apple. Twist. But don't worry. On Thursday, Facebook changed their name to Meta, as in your Uncle Richie never met a QAnon post he didn't like. And can we talk about these announcement videos from Mark Zuckerberg? Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
It is time for us to adopt a new company brand to encompass everything that we do. To reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta.
They sure picked a great week to rebrand, too. This is the perfect time. Hey, I was just reading about how Facebook is a rapacious nightmare factory in literally every newspaper. I can't wait to see how they apply their core philosophy of don't worry about it and whoopsie daisy, we did a genocide, to even more aspects of human society. That's their core philosophy. Whoopsie daisy. Per new details released as part of her trial, Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos allegedly scammed $100 million from Betsy DeVos's family, who invested in the now disgraced company. Elizabeth Holmes, welcome to the resistance. Dr. Anthony Fauci says kids aged 5 to 11 can get their COVID shots as early as November. Finally, school shootings we can root for. And I knew that's what you do. And what you're upset about is the reality of our circumstance. That's not mad at me. That's mad at life itself. Don't boo, ghosts. Vote. And finally, a missing hiker admitted that they ignored calls from the search party looking for them as they didn't recognize the phone number calling them. Which is insane. Do you really want to die alone on a mountain before renewing your car's extended warranty? Now it's time for the Rant Wheel. This week on the wheel, we have jeans, racist dogs, the New York Times spelling bee, the demoralizing, inhuman process that is deboarding an airplane, parents who are about English homework, the Squid Game accountant, this terrible World Series, and people not using headphones in public places. Let's spin the wheel. It has landed on World Series matches suggested by Megan.
I'm now Megan, but Colleen would hate this World Series too. It's filled with a cheater. They cheated a long time ago. Thank you. Even you guys are mad. That's Lovett fans are mad. He doesn't know what I'm talking about, but we're mad. And then someone booed, but you're wrong. They did fucking cheat. And there was a whole year off where we weren't in the stands and we didn't get to be like, boo, Altuve, we used to love you, you little bite-sized Polly Pocket. And now we fucking hate your ass. So that's one team. And then the other team does the tomahawk chop. I'm obviously a white woman named Megan, and even I think it's bad. So it definitely seems bad. The crowds for both of them. Oh my, I'm just scanning the Braves being like, do any of you like Stacey Abrams? It's a frightening matchup. And I hope they both lose. What my dad would say is let's root for a lot of injuries, but that's not nice. So...
I'm furious about this World Series matchup between the Los Angeles Dodgers. Nope.
No.
Between the Braves.
Yep.
And the Astros, they did cheat. I remember that in the news. I remember stories about their cheating.
I thought you guys just said the asterisks. I'm like, so we haven't decided yet?
All this cheating going on. Let's spin it again. It has landed on jeans, suggested by Kara.
It's not jeans, okay? My problem is that I love jeans, but I'm not gonna be buying a new fucking style of jeans every goddamn year, okay? I got rid of all my bootlegs and I bought the skinnies and I'm not going back, okay? You're not gonna sell me on a fucking cropped jean that also bootlegs under the knee? Fuck you. Like, what is that? Or it's like a big boyfriend jean that goes, I like a jean that goes right up under my bosom for sure. I'll take the higher the waist, the closer to God, but I will not be fucking with the way that the leg goes and then now bell bottoms are back. No. That's it. No.
You're right.
Yeah, thank you.
You're right.
These are jeggings, I also want to point out, that I bought for my character 4 hours ago at a thrift store.
Before this very show, I realized I didn't have khaki pants because I'm gay. So I went down the street to an Urban Outfitters to see if they had khaki pants, and that was the first time I felt like I was 1,000 fucking years old. I walked in that store and I felt like a vampire entering a house without permission. Like my skin started to melt. That sucked. Let's spin it again. It has landed on racist dogs. I think, Demi, you suggested that.
Sure did. Oh, yeah, no, this is Rory's one.
Yeah. I'm always thinking about this kind of stuff.
Okay. So my girlfriend's neighbor has a dog that barks at me and no one else. And I know it's racist, and if you're white and thinking you don't know it's racist, we can tell. They bark with a hard R. The thing that I can't understand is, No, but here's the thing. Just thinking about it from a scientific standpoint, how are there still racist dogs? Like, I don't understand it. They live like 12 years. So, 2009 is the earliest that a racist dog could be born. And how do you make a dog racist at that? Flashcards, what are you doing? Do you have to go to Kinko's and print out special flashcards because they're colorblind? Are you doing ooh, John McCain, good. The entire cast of Insecure, bad. How do you get there? And the worst part about it is whenever someone has a racist dog and they bark at me, they're always just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He never does this. That's the worst thing you can say to me. Because what I'm hearing is, oh my God, I'm so sorry. My dog and I do not spend time around black people. Don't do that. I do not need to be the first black person your dog meets. I don't want to be a test subject for your KKK9. What I need you to say every single time is, I'm so sorry, he does this all the time. I got him from my grandmother. She drilled this into him. However, she had a heart attack when Moonlight came out.
Awesome. Let's spin it again. It has landed on parents who care about English homework. So there's an ad that's been airing in the Virginia governor's race where Glenn Youngkin, who's a very tall, bad person, but with kind eyes, so he may win. I don't make the rules. And in this ad, this woman laments what's happening to our nation's schools. It turns out that what she's upset about is that when her son was in high school years ago, he had to read the book Beloved by Toni Morrison, and he had nightmares. And honestly, that's okay. A lot of things can cause nightmares. If you watch an episode of Seinfeld before you go to bed, that can be a nightmare. It's just using stuff from your life. The nightmare comes from within. Your brain's just cleaning up after a long day. So that part's fine. You can have a nightmare about anything. You know? Like when I was a kid, my mom rolled in a VCR and I watched Death Becomes Her when I had 101 fever. That was a bad idea. But my mom didn't then call the school to try to ban Death Becomes Her. which wouldn't make sense. It wasn't part of the curriculum. The point is, where this went wrong is that boy told his mother, and then that mother called the school. And then she launched a long-term campaign to ban the book Beloved from her children's school. And the son is not embarrassed about this at all. He loved it, talks about it a lot, and is now a lawyer for the Republican Party in the District of Columbia.
Yay!
The first mistake: parents should never know what their children are doing in school. That is not necessary. It's not for them. Let's spin it again. It has landed on people not using headphones in public places.
I want to stand up here. If you are watching your iPad or your fucking goddamn phone and you don't have headphones and you've got it on full volume, who do you think you are? And what goddamn world do you think you live in where I gotta listen to your fucking thing and I know what you're doing? You are challenging me to challenge you, and I'm scared. You need to know that. I'm not confrontational. If I go to a restaurant and I am served the wrong food, I don't even say anything. I just eat it. I send this back. No, I'll just eat it. I'm not going to tap on your shoulder. Hey, can you turn your phone down? We're on a fucking airplane. Instead, what I think we should all do, get on your Spotify accounts, go ahead and download a Norwegian death album, and be ready for these moments. Someone sitting at the gate, they got the music going, put on Norwegian death metal and just stare at them. And just be like, is this what we're doing? Is this how we're living? I need you to know what I like. I don't want to know what you like. I don't care about your video game. And also, when you get off of a plane, go in order. Quit acting like you have nowhere to go. You have nowhere to go. If you did, you wouldn't have flown Southwest. You would have spent the money and cared more. All right, that's all I got.
Woo!
Thanks to Demi Adejuyigbe, Megan Gailey, Rory Scovell, and Kara Klenk. That's the Rant Wheel.